It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a very special beer. I believe it's going to be a really special beer. This is from the wonderful Bad Seed Brewing Company based in Denmark. And this is a can of their Slice of Sunshine. It's a modern West Coast IPA hopped with Nelson Sauvin, Citra and Mosaic. It's in a 440 milliliter can and is coming in at 7% ABV. If you're a craft beer geek, if you're somebody like me who's always wanted to try Lawson's Finest Liquids Sip of Sunshine. Now, when I was on Instagram an awful lot, I'm not really on any social platform much anymore apart from YouTube, a little bit of Twitter, a little bit of Instagram. But when I used to look at Instagram a lot, the one beer that people used to post an awful lot about was Lawson's Finest Liquids Sip of Sunshine. Lots of people love that beer. It's an American beer. A beer that I've always wanted to get my hands on, but I've never been able to get. But I think I've got the next best thing. Because this brewer who is brewing this beer at Bad Seed Brewing Company is producing some of the finest beers I've ever tried on the channel. He's a good friend of mine. He's actually a YouTube beer reviewer at the same time. We started our channels within a month of one another 13 years ago. Hold on, gotta do the maths. Yeah, 14 years ago. Peter, the master of hoppets. And I imagine, because Peter's been to America a couple of times, he's from Denmark, but he's been to America a couple of times. I imagine that Peter's had a sip of sunshine. And I imagine this is a bit of a tribute beer from Denmark to Lawson's Finest Liquids. A bit of a tip of the hat, you know. What a fantastic beer you've brewed there. And they've gone back to Denmark and they've brewed their own. This is, of course, called Slice of Sunshine, not Sip of Sunshine. So, beer in the glass, we've got a 2-finger white head. Good levels of carbonation that's rolling up the side of the glass. It's lovely and hazy. It's amber in colour. Lots of yeast suspension. Lots of sediment suspension in the glass. It's kind of like holding itself midway up the glass there. No real lumps and chunks. No big, massive slices of kind of yeast in the bottom of the glass. It's just a little bit of suspension there in the glass. It's looking very good. It's looking like a very, very good beer. Shall we look at that? Shall we get the aroma? I've been to Copenhagen. I went to Copenhagen and the sun was shining down on us and it was just fantastic. We got a boat from Copenhagen, a ferry, a people ferry. We got the ferry from Copenhagen over to Sweden. It was such a cool experience, such an amazing. I'm thinking Helsingborg, we went to, from Copenhagen over to Sweden. Can't quite remember now. But this is the aroma of this beer. It's just the reason why I started to talk about Copenhagen Sunshine is because, I mean, this would just be absolutely perfect. Lime scooter in one hand, popping around doing wheelies in the McKellar meat factory car park like we were doing back in the day, and a glass of beer in the other. There was Welsh people, me, there was Danish people, there was Norwegians there from, he was working for a meadery. Can't think of the guy's name now. Quite a short bloke, big beard, from Norway. But we're all running around on lime scooters drinking beer in McKellar's kind of like massive beer garden thing. Anyway, this just smells fantastic. It's super juicy, super citrusy. Yeah, all it needs now is for me to be in Denmark drinking this beer. This incredible aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer. What a beer. It just keeps pulling. It's like a battery operated car versus a diesel or a petrol car. Petrol and diesel cars, yeah, they'll try and keep up with a battery powered car, but jump in a Tesla, turn it on sport mode, put your foot down, and it just keeps on pulling and pulling and pulling all the way up to 150 miles an hour. Wow, the flavours on this beer, they're still pulling. They're still kind of having a good old punch at my palate. Oh, it's making my kind of cheeks. Wow. So much flavour. Tin pineapple, fleshy blood orange, grapefruit, orange peel, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of sweetness over here, a slight kind of dryness coming through. Lots of dryness and a little bit of a pepperiness and a bitter finish. But what a drinkable beer this is. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Stone the Crows. I'm loving the dryness. I'm loving the peppery dryness that the beer's offering me. I'm loving that kind of little bit of sweetness, that malt beginning. And then that, I'm gonna guess, maybe they've used Pilsner malt. They might have used Pilsner malt in this to get that kind of, that really dry, crispy like feeling to the beer. And then it's all like mandarin and grapefruit and mango and pineapple, tin pineapple. Incredible beer, absolutely incredible. I'm really now able to really wash it round in the glass and get my nose in. Oh, so good. So good. I feel really proud for this man. I feel like this guy. If everybody was like enthusiastic and about beer, like Peter, the master of hoppers, is, then the world would be such a better place, you know. There would be no like mass-produced lagers, and there would be lots of small breweries all around the world with people drinking lots of different breweries' beers, and there would be no like, you know with these big pub companies that dominate. Actually, ironically, one of them is a big Danish company now that owns, isn't that ironic, that owns most of the UK pubs. It's called Carlsberg Marston's Brewing Company. And all of a sudden, within the last 5 years, they bought Marston, so they own all the Marston's pubs in Barry. They own quite a lot. And of course, Molson Coors own a lot of pubs. And they stop you. They stop you from, like beers like this. They will stop you from going in their pubs to try and sell them these beers because they want to sell their own products. And I think it's a crying shame. And I think that these old institutions need to be brought down, and we all need to be trying beers like this, because beers like this are where the passion is. It's where the passion is in beer. Not drinking 8 pints of Coors Light and not really tasting anything. What's the point in that? Rating for this wonderful, wonderful beer. I got the double dry hop version to come. That's going to be bonkers. Look out for that review, by the way. Slice of Sunshine. One of the best beers to ever come out of Denmark. I'm going to say Bad Seed Brewing Company. Probably one of the best, if not the best, breweries in Denmark at the moment. I've had Pilsners, New World Pilsners, IPAs. I've had an incredible Imperial Stout. Every single beer that I've had from Bad Seed Brewing Company in Denmark has been off the scale incredible. This beer is a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.